Coach's Comms Part 2. Here we go. Want to check back in with you on this series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but sort of got kicked off with this word, yell. And in Part 1, I talked about, right, there's different definitions for this idea of yell. There's different perspectives that we come from when we're talking about this. One thing I want to make crystal clear is that there can be a time that a coach yells, and the purpose is to bring energy into the environment, to lift the energy in the environment. And that is by design, that is strategic. I coach my coaches to do that, to notice it and to do that. And so that's a form of the positive yell, right? Yesterday, or Part 1, I was talking about, you might bring volume, intensity, and challenge to something. And so that's the energy piece we're talking about. That's good. But then you've got this idea of yell that there can be negatives too, right? And so I want to go to this bullet point I mentioned of emotional explosion. I just want to touch on that. Maybe it's just an opening statement on that. Emotional explosion. Look, emotion can be good. Again, right? Emotion, there can be positive emotion. And so an emotional explosion could be in excitement, right? And we want to give that, right? We want to give that. This is my concern, coach. This is my concern. Is when an emotional explosion happens, practice, game, whenever, and it's rooted in anger, right? Animosity, disgust. Maybe you're infuriated with a player or with your team because they're not doing what you talked about or what we practiced, right? And so then you're just sort of exploding with this emotion. And I think sometimes coaches feel, well, like they're causing this, right? The players are causing me to be angry. And so I have a right then, right? I'm angry. So I have a right to just let it out. Well, okay, frustration I get. But when we're getting down to levels of anger, infuriated, right? And I don't know, maybe it's rooted in you're embarrassed. Maybe it's during a game and there's a bit of embarrassment because people are seeing that this is your team and they're maybe playing awful, right? And so your anger is coming from a deeper spot of embarrassment. I mean, I don't know. But this is the whole point is, are we self-reflecting, right? Are we looking at those things? And are we thinking about as coaches, okay, how can I, do you know it's coming? The emotional explosion is coming and you can hit the pause button and you can try to add some logic to it, right? The emotional intelligence. And so that's what I think we need to get to is first be aware, right? And be aware of the effect that it's having, on players. Again, I know, I hear it all the time. I know. Well, this is my coaching style. And so the players, they just need to deal with it. Really, coach? Really? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's another topic for another day. So here's where I want to finish. The golden nugget for today, for everybody. If I want you to think about your coaching sessions, being out on the field, and think about, or maybe even track next time when you're out there. Are you showing emotion only when something negative happens, or mostly when negative things happen, right? So something negative happens, something's done wrong, and you're pointing it out. You're making your coaching point, and there's some emotion in that, right? There's a spike. Well, when they do it right, when they have success, do you have an equal amount of spike in your emotion? Like, we need to offer that. We need to offer that at that time, right? You don't want your emotional spike only to be when it's something negative. Okay, you want, when they do it right, for them to experience that excitement from you, right? And so just think about that as you move forward and coach these next couple weeks. When and where and how much emotion are you showing? Where is it rooted? And what kind of logic do we need to add to that?